So, welcome to my first thoughts on Visions of Mana, a brand new action RPG by Square Enix. And yes, it's another one in the Mana series. It's a long-running series in Japan. It came over here, and I played the original Game Boy version back in the day. And I started in 1993 with The Secret of Mana, an epic, unbelievable classic that many of us hold in very, very high regards. And yes, we have a brand new Mana game, and the game is coming out August 29th for PS4, PS5, Windows, Xbox Series X, and S. And I want to say, these are my demo impressions, okay? Like, yes, I can actually do demo impressions because it's a big demo. It was a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I thought, oh, okay, we'll just get in, kind of run down the road, and then get into a boss encounter, and that'll be it. No, there's quite a lot here, and I want to recommend to anybody to go and play the demo for yourselves and make your own minds up on this game, but I do have a lot to say about it. So before I begin, I'll ask you guys, are you excited about Visions of Mana? Is it a game you're getting on day one, or are you gonna wait a little bit? Let me know down below.
Feel the breath of mana! I won't lose!
So I gotta say, I've been so excited to play this game since they announced it. I'm like, yes, another Mana game, let's go. And so I started to play the game today, and what were my initial thoughts? They just kind of throw you in and let you kind of get on with it, which I love. I hate hand holding in demos. Just let me go and do it. I'll figure it out.
But don't do anything too reckless.
And you're just kind of thrown into this kind of snowy, foresty area. And I gotta say, I was just kind of like, okay, we're kind of doing this. This is kind of fun. And I'm just kind of hacking and slashing, just kind of figuring out my stuff. And I'm going, oh, wait a second, I'm playing a Mana game again. And I'm like, okay, I feel very at home. I know what's going on.
Anything would be better. Don't you feel more energetic too, though? Amazing what Fierce guys can do.
And as I said, it's an action RPG, so you have real-time combat, but you can pick your strategies for your characters. So you can make your characters all go on the offensive or defensive, or just use some items. These are some of the commands that you can enter in to make your party flow exactly the way you want them to. And it's a 3-party system.
I've got your back!
So after all the flash of the combat was over, all of a sudden my characters started talking.
A soul guard has to look after the yalms, but it helps that you can handle yourselves in a fight. Thanks for the assistance.
And this is something kind of interesting. They're all talking in English. I said it to English. I thought, yeah, let's just do that. And then all of a sudden, one of the girls, it just kind of took me out of the game for a second, has this like strong American Southern accent, which I love that accent. I got no problem with the accent.
That's the last of them.
Well, that wasn't so bad. Now that Marley's here, I can take a break.
But it just seems so weird that this character had that kind of voice in this fantasy world, and that kind of just took me out of it for a split second, but I did think it was really funny.
Like waking up from hibernation after a long, cold winter.
And as my characters were talking, I was kind of looking at them. I'm thinking, do I like these character designs? And I'm like, they're out there, they're outrageous, and I'm like, they're totally fitting for a Mana game. So if anybody's out there, they're like, I don't like these character designs, maybe you're brand new to the series, they kind of fit for the entirety of the series. All of the characters from all of the Mana games have always been a little bit unusual and a little bit more flamboyant in their looks. And I gotta say, I like it, and the reason why I like it, it suits the environment of this game. It suits the world setting. We're kind of in a fairy tale open world, well, I should say semi-open world game, and the looks of the characters really kind of fit this storybook feeling of it all.
I want to get closer and take a good look.
And the story is a simple one to begin with. You play this character called Val, and you're with your childhood friend, and you're going off to get to the Mana Tree. There's always a Mana Tree in these guys. That's what it's all about. So that's what you're trying to get to. So I'm running around, and all of a sudden, I'm thinking it's the end of the demo. I thought the snow bit was the demo, and then all of a sudden, we cut to this beautiful meadow overlooking the sea, and I'm like, oh my god, like look at this. We can go and explore this. I didn't expect that from the demo. And it was way bigger than what I thought it was gonna be. And so I start running around and I'm having a great amount of fun just visiting the first town and going, I love how this looks. I really do. I love that storybook look to it, that fairy tale look to it. I'm like, this is exactly what I want from my mana game.
Oh, this view is magnificent.
I don't see the parcouls.
Then all of a sudden we get into these giant creatures and we really start riding around and I'm like, this is really fun. And I'm running around, I'm finding hidden items, I'm finding treasure chests.
This feels great!
This trip to the mana tree is way more fun than I thought it would be.
And running around and just exploring. And I'm like, this is really good stuff. This is really, really good.
You're friendly too, right?
These used to be wild parcouls. Milpa cares for them. Don't worry, they're tame.
We should stick with the group. Let's go. Hold on tight, Hina.
Oh, I will.
The music, this is what I want to say about the music. In the demo, it didn't blow me away. I gotta say, there were some beautiful piano tracks while you were running around, and I was like, this is really nice, and this is really, kind of ambient music, but it didn't really stand out to me. I wasn't really going, this is incredible music. It's a beautiful piano piece and some other nice accompanying music, but it's not standing out for me, the music right now. And I want to play the main game to see how the music turns around and as we get to some different areas, how that opens up. And so right now the music's, it's okay.
Val, I'd like to look around the town before we go.
Ooh, me too. I want to talk to the townsfolk.
Sure. Let's take a break in Rata for now.
Monster designs are classic. There's some beautiful ones that were returning from the past, like the Rabbies. I love seeing those. Those really take me back to the original Secret of Mana. And yeah, just the design of the monsters. They're very, very colorful. They're very, very fun. As I say again, I know I'm using this term, very fairy tale looking. They're very kind of happy creatures that don't look like they should be attacking you. They don't look evil or anything like that.
Is it just me, or is this area teeming with monsters?
They look like a monster that you just want to be friends with. That's the kind of thing, but these monsters want to kill you. And I love that, and I've always loved that. And so I love the return of some classic creatures and the inclusion of some brand new ones. So running around, getting into combat, that's fun. You got your main attacks, you have your power build-up attack, which is this huge attack, which I really like.
Feel the breath of mana! You're finished!
And your characters are all going around, they're healing, they're using magic attacks, and I love that. So the combat kind of works for me. The one thing that I want to say here, and this is something that is kind of a part of the demo, is it sometimes feels a little clunky. Yes, I said it. You're running around and sometimes the combat feels really smooth and sometimes it feels a little bit kind of off at times. Sometimes running around the world stutters a little bit. Overall, I'll be honest here, and I'm being honest, it doesn't hold the game back from me. But it was something that I noticed that some of the controls sometimes were a little bit on the clunky side. That's just the reality of it. And I think the reason why they're trying to be so ambitious with some of the open world stuff, that running around with all the different creatures and all the different environments and stuff like that that's going on, the bushes and all that kind of stuff, I think it's really having a bit of a hit on the frame rate. And why I'm saying that is that I picked performance mode when I first started the game. And so I was like, yeah, I'll always sacrifice graphics for some good performance. And even on that mode, it was still a bit clunky.
Way to make me feel guilty for slacking off, Val.
But that being said, going forward into the demo, running around, when I finally jumped off my creature and I was just running around on my own, getting into combat and just exploring, it gives me a really wonderful feeling. And that's what I take away from these games. How does it feel to explore?
Taking this?
It's nice, it's really whimsical, and I love exploring the towns. And when I got to the seaside, and there's a gigantic ship there, and there's an entire town going up the coast there, I was in heaven. I was like, this is exactly what I want out of a game. This is exactly what I want out of a mana game. I'm going around exploring, talking to townsfolk, going on side quests. There was a lot to do. There's hours in this demo of things to explore.
We won't be able to come back here for a while once we set sail. Did I forget anything?
In fact, I kind of fell down at one point, and I was just like on the edge of the coast in this unexplored area. And I was like, oh, am I supposed to be down here? But it was a lot of fun, and I do like the designs of all the townspeople and all the other characters you come in contact with. I really like that stuff. I thought it was working for me.
Good to see you with companions this time.
And something else that's kind of fun is the shopkeepers are back. So yes, when you go to buy items, there's the shopkeepers doing that funny dance that they've always done like all the other games in the past.
Welcome. We've got what you need.
And I really do like the environments in this game. I can't say that enough. I think they've really rendered them with a lot of love and care, and they really come together with the character designs and the overall world look. That works for me a lot.
Am I missing anything? Better check before getting on the boat.
And then after some running around, you get onto the ship to finally get onto your destination. And of course, this is when the boss battle happens. And it's this huge, gigantic octopus that comes out, and you're fighting that. And I felt like I was fighting it for a while. Very, very good stuff. Really good boss battle. And that's the one thing I want to say here. I haven't mentioned about combat. Dashing is very, very important. Your character can dash back and forth, and you'll be doing this a lot in combat and in boss battles.
The elements are with you.
It's overall just part of the strategy there. So when some of the big tentacles were coming down, it would mark it in a big red, and you just kind of zoom out of that red, just kind of like dash out of that red, so you don't take a lot of damage.
You're mine.
So finally, I beat the boss encounter, and that was a lot of fun as to see him going down.
I'm only just getting started.
And that was practically it for the demo. That's when it all kind of wound down. You talk to some of your teammates, and then all of a sudden the screen comes up and says, thank you for playing. And I was like, thank you for having me. I enjoyed this demo. It had a bit of clunkiness to some of the gameplay at times. But overall, that's not going to stop me from buying this game or anything like that. It wasn't that big of a hit. It was kind of sad that that was there, but it didn't take away from the experience for me. And that's what I want to say here, is that the experience for a mana game is a great one. For the look of the world, for the combat, for the monster designs, for the character designs that are a little bit out there, I know, for a lot of folks there, but they fit the mana series really, really well. The music was okay-ish in this demo. I'm just reviewing the demo. But what do I take away? I take away that I had a good time with a mana game. And was it perfect? No. Was it good? Yes. Do I want to play the full game? Absolutely.
We should be ready for more enemies rushing in from the shadows. These monsters fight in packs.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. I can tell there are more out there.
What do you guys think of Visions of Mana? Is it a game you're going to get day one? Or are you going to wait till it's on a discount one day? Let me know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.